Israel has just crossed the red line and the entire world is watching in shock, disbelief and anger. Hello and welcome to Times XP. I am Dhruti and inside the Israeli parliament, chaos erupted. Lawmakers shouted, slammed the desk and traded accusations. And at the heart of all of this is a new death penalty bill that could change Israel's justice system forever. For the very first time in decades, Israeli lawmakers have voted to bring back the death penalty, and not for everyone, but specifically for Palestinians who kill Israelis. The bill passed its first reading with 39 votes in favor and 16 against it. But you know what? Let's be very clear here what really this means. If this becomes a law, then a Palestinian convicted of killing an Israeli, that person can be executed by a military court in the West Bank. No appeals to higher commanders, no chance for sentence commutation. Just one majority vote by the judge and it's all done. Well, the bill was introduced by Linor's son Harshest, basically a member of far-right Otzma Yehudit's party, the same party led by Itamar Ben Gvir, Israel's controversial national security minister. And it was backed by one man who has made headlines for his unapologetic hardline stance, Ben Gvir himself. When the results were announced, something shocking happened. Instead of silence or reflection, Ben Gvir stood up, smiling, and began handing out baklava. Yes, baklava. That's a sweet pastry in the Hall of Parliament to celebrate the bill passage. For some, it was a victory moment. For others, it was a shock, a moment that symbolized triumph over tragedy. In fact, lawmakers were very angry. They shouted that Ben Gvir was kind of celebrating death and not justice here. Now let's remember here, Israel technically has the death penalty, but it has been used only once. That was in 1962 against Adolf Eichmann, the Nazi war criminal responsible for Holocaust's logistics. Then no one, not even single terrorist, has been executed since then. Now this new bill could change that history. It could reopen the door. Supporters say that the law will deter Palestinian attackers and deliver true justice for the victims of terror. But critics say that it is racist, political and dangerous, a law written for revenge and not for justice. It applies in the text to murders motivated by racism or with the intent to harm Israel. But human rights groups, they warn that that language will only ever target Arab, not Jewish extremists who kill Palestinians. Even inside Israel, people are deeply divided right now. Legal experts are calling it a slippery slope, saying that it could destroy Israel's judicial credibility. In fact, activists warn that it will only fuel hatred and not end of the violence. And across the entire world, diplomats are quietly asking, is Israel turning into something that it once swore never to be? Well, for now, Ben Gvir and his allies are celebrating with sweets in their hands and applause in the chamber. And for the millions watching across the region, that image, an Israeli minister handing out baklava to celebrate the death penalty for Palestinians, is now burnt into memory.